All right, welcome back into The Edge, presented by GodfatherLocks.com. I'm your host, Sean Brace, and over to my right, Mr. GodfatherLocks.com himself, Joe Eunice. This might be our favorite segment moving forward. We're going to call this one Odds and Ends, where I fire 5 questions towards Joe, a little rapid-fire style. We're going to cover everything sports, fantasy, real life, sports gambling, whatever it is. If it's sports, we're going to talk about it here. So with that being said, let's kick things off with question number 1, Joe. That's right, we're going to do a little fantasy and season prop bets here. All right, Drew Brees, Big Ben, Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, Matt Ryan finished 1 through 5 in passing yards last year. Do you see Big Ben and Peyton Manning finishing in the top 5 this season?
I'm going to go no and yes. In that order. No for Big Ben, yes for Peyton Manning. And for all you criticizers out there who think Peyton Manning doesn't have it yet, I disagree. I think Peyton Manning still has it, and he's got his boy Demaryius Thomas, who just inked himself a big contract. I think Peyton Manning is a guy who will finish in the top 5. I'm not a fan of Big Ben. If I'm drafting a team, if I'm looking at the fantasy angle, stay away from Ben Roethlisberger. Pittsburgh will be looking for a new quarterback soon. How soon, Sean? That's the question mark. When I'm looking fantasy, I'm staying away from Big Ben. That's the bottom line. I don't think, even with Antonio Brown, even with Bell, even with the additions on the offensive side of the ball, I think no to Big Ben, yes to Peyton Manning.
Had a monster season last year.
He did. But I do think Peyton is, of the two, I think Peyton is the guy to finish the top 5. He still has it. I mean, who's going to write him off just yet? I think Peyton's the guy to go to.
Totally agree with you there.
Yeah.
GodfatherLocks.com had a great run in the NBA playoffs to close out the season this year. The reason why I bring that up, Joe, is because Russell Wilson, that's right, if he gets the Seahawks back to another Super Bowl this year, he is entering LeBron James territory. That's right, you heard that here. Vegas has the early Super Bowl favorites listed as the Seahawks and the Colts. Do you feel like Russell Wilson and the Seahawks will be back in the Super Bowl this upcoming season?
I got to say, I do not think the Seattle Seahawks will be back. And it's hard to go there 3 straight times in a row. And I'll tell you who's going to be in his way. It's Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, Sean. I'm a big supporter of what the Packers got going on the offensive side of the ball, as well as the defensive side of the ball. Packers is the play for the NFC. I'm also not a fan of Andrew Luck and the Colts. I may be in the minority. I'm sticking with my man Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos, even with the new coach in Denver at Mile High. I think Denver at Green Bay would be the Godfather Locks favorites for the Super Bowl. I'm not a fan of Seattle and Indianapolis. Now, will they be in their respective championships? Absolutely. Someone's got to go.
Yeah.
One of them or both of them might be in there, but I'm expecting Broncos-Packers early prediction for the Super Bowl.
You heard that here. Move out of the way, Bavado. GodfatherLocks.com's got you covered. All right, sticking to the script here with the NFL, let's stay in the National Football League. Give me one NFL division that will be predictable as far as spreads, outcomes, players' numbers, all that rolled up. You look at the AFC North, that seems to be what everybody's circling, saying, you know, you're going to probably have the Ravens and Steelers competing for that championship or for the division crown. Give me one division that you feel like will be easy as far as handicapping is concerned.
Well, I'm going to go, instead of the AFC North, I'm going to go to the NFC North, and sticking with this Packers theme. I also think not because of how strong the Packers will be, it's how weak the Chicago Bears will be. Not a fan of the Bears. Also, Teddy Bridgewater's sophomore season, AP still got that whole question mark what happened last season. I think the NFC North might be the easiest as far as Packers at the top, Bears at the bottom, Vikings, Lions mixed in. Look, Matthew Stafford, I don't know if you're a fan, Sean, GodfatherLocks.com is not. I love Megatron, but you're looking at 2 teams in the Lions and the Vikings, that are looking at the 7-9, 8-8 range. Green Bay's at 13 wins. Chicago's at 3 or 4 wins. Easy to predict. I mean, that division's already closed up in my books. I'll go Packers, Lions, Vikings, Bears in that order.
Circle the NFC North.
Yes, that's a lot of money to be made, Sean. A lot of money to be made. This is what you need to do in the offseason. Look at a division, circle it, and pound it when it comes football season.
Sticking with that, you just brought up AP, staying in that division. Let's mix in a little season prop bets as far as players are concerned and a little fantasy as well. Adrian Peterson is listed as the odds-on favorite at plus 400 to be the number 1 running back as far as rushing yards are concerned. Moving down that list, Marshawn Lynch at plus 600, DeMarco Murray at plus 800, tied with Le'Veon Bell. And how about this one? Shady McCoy up there in Buffalo at plus 1,500. Give me the number 1 running back this upcoming season.
Let's give you a bust first, Sean. Don't throw the curveball. Stay away from LaShawn McCoy out there. Do not put your money on him. Stay away from the Bills completely. I know we haven't touched touch on the AFC East. Look, Shady, a new climate. He's not happy up there. We already know what he's vocally said about Buffalo. I don't put my money in a guy who you don't know who's going to be happy, how many carries he's getting, cold weather, different climate. I go away from Shady McCoy. Now to your original question, I'm going DeMarco Murray.
Ooh.
And I'm giving Murray the nod here. I know we ripped Chip Kelly and the Eagles a little bit before with the over-unders, but I'm going to go Murray because run the ball. That's what Chip Kelly wants to do with DeMarco.
Correct.
He's got two other guys to give him a break in Matthews and Sproles. I'll put my money plus 800 is gold. Lay $100 on it, sit back and hope he wins the season rush total. I go DeMarco Murray.
Love it.
Yep.
And the fifth and final question as far as odds and ends are concerned, Joe Eunice, let's go down to cover some college football.
Yes.
We've been talking a lot about the NFL here. Let's talk some college football. Just give us an update on what Godfather Locks did last year as far as the college game is concerned, especially when you had that hot streak during the bowl season.
Yeah, I'm chomping at the bit to talk college football. I was hoping you'd let me talk a little college football because September 3rd, Sean, can't come soon enough. And if you remember right here on the one sheet, as I call it, a 19-9 bowl run to end the college football season, including a $100 better made over $5,000 just following the bowl games. It was a remarkable run, 16-8 in 5-star plays. I love college football. I love Saturday mornings. I text you and call you every Saturday morning, looking at the board. This is what's going on. I mean, look, this is how it starts the weekend. Thursday night football in the NFL, to me, doesn't do much. It's all about college football on ESPN. And then Friday with the nice in the lights, Friday night Mountain West games or Boise State's in action. You make your money on these games. Forget about Monday Night Football for a second. College football is what builds it to get you to Monday Night Football. So that's what happened last year. Numbers are, proofs in the numbers.
That's right.
We make our money Saturday afternoons, Saturday nights, and look, college football is my bread and butter. So.
And that season kicks off on September 3rd. That's
Yes.
matter of fact, I just saw a little ad the other night on ESPN talking about Michigan and Utah, I believe it was. I got a little excited myself, but we'll end this segment on the fifth and final question here. TCU and Ohio State are the odds-on favorite. As a matter of fact, Ohio State favored 14 in every game already. I think that's a little bit of a stretch. But is that the championship game, TCU and Ohio State?
I do not think that's a championship game, but I am a huge fan of the Horned Frogs, and that's because of their style of defense as well as Boykin on the offensive side who decided to come back. I'm a big fan of TCU. If you remember, last year we rode them hard all year, and especially against Ole Miss in that bowl game where they blew them out. I think it was 42-7 or whatever that was. I like TCU. I don't believe that will be the matchup because, again, Alabama, Auburn are powerhouses. I'll give you a sleeper in that top 5. USC. Yeah, I said it. The Trojans of Southern Cal will be in the mix finally. They're a team that's been known to be a powerhouse for a long time. They've kind of been in the mixture a little bit. They've kind of fell off the radar. USC is a sleeper that can get in the playoff. Again, the Final Four format doesn't make it that predictable. Ohio State might be 14-point favorites every game. It won't work out that way.
Very true. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this episode of The Edge presented by GodfatherLocks.com. I know I did. Joe, I'm looking forward to this upcoming season, and make sure you stick to the script as far as Major League Baseball is concerned. Lots of money to be made in this upcoming second half. For Joe Eunice, I am Sean Brace. Make sure you check out GodfatherLocks.com. Follow us on Twitter at GodfatherLocks, and questions, comments, and concerns, email us, godfatherlocks@gmail.com. For The Edge presented by GodfatherLocks.com, I'm Sean Brace, Joe Eunice. We'll see you next time.
See ya.